Washington, D.C.-based entity aimed at strengthening democracy in Liberia, empowering the rule of law, fighting corruption, injustices, and advocating for the establishment for war and economic crimes court in Liberia. If you witnessed the murder of Linda Jury, an American missionary allegedly murdered by then INTFL leader General Prince Johnson, and want to provide information that will lead to the arrest and prosecution of now Senator Prince Y. Johnson under the United States jurisdiction, press 1. To report public corruption, rape, suspicious murders, and other gross human rights violations under the current government of Liberia led by President George Weah, please press 2. Remember that your protection and safety are very paramount to us, and all information you provide will be kept under strict. Please enter the first few letters of the person's name.
Okay.
Please the first few letters of the person's name.
All right, but I gotta hang up. So, folks, those are the numbers. When the office is open, you may call and provide your information. Follow the voice prompt, and there you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Tony Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Today, I'm not at home. I'm somewhere else. But just for a while, this is home away from home. I'm bereaved and I had to take a break off. So while I bring you my show, I had about time to myself to contemplate on my loss. So, good morning. I hope you like my background. It's live. Let me put up my topics and let's get into my show for the morning. My today's topics are, oh gosh, please hold on. This is my topic from yesterday. Okay. Sorry, folks. My topics for today are, why is corruption so commonplace in African nations? 2, why Liberians must change now. And 3, looking toward Liberia's future. Let's begin my first topic. Why is corruption so commonplace in African nations? This is a question we ask ourselves time and time again. I listened to Boycott interview. I listened to Henry Costa's show. I listened to every show going on. All we're talking about is corruption, corruption, corruption. And the massive stealing that is going on, not only in our country, but throughout the third world, and especially in Africa. Why? Why we got to confront this situation time and time again? Why every time we talk about Liberia, it's about corruption, corruption? We can't go on like this. Our lives are better than this. Our destiny is greater than this. So why do we sit continually and talk about the same thing over and over and over? Like we are embedded with corruption. Like we are embedded with stealing. Like we have no other thing to think about. Our leaders come to power and all they think about is ripping us off. Ripping Liberia and Liberian people off. Why? Why has it got to be the same thing over and over? When you talk about Africa, you talk about third world countries. Nothing but stealing, illicit killing, all of this with impunity. Why it gotta be like that? Why we can't be different? Why we can't set different standards for ourselves? Why it always has to be corruption, corruption? Going home, people going home with intentions just to steal, just to rob. It can't be that way forever, man. We are God's people. We go to the same church. We read the same Bible. We practice the same faith as other people, as white people. I didn't want to say other people, as white people. Why we gotta be so backwards? Why we gotta see something so good and meaningful for other people, and we take it and it can't benefit us? Is there something wrong with us? What's the problem? I was just imbued with the fact that we got to just seek to get rich and wealthy by any means necessary. This can't be our plight. We know that corruption exists everywhere. The white people corrupt. They've been corrupt for a long time. Our people corrupt. We just learning secondhand corruption. Our corruption, like we first-hand corruption. We learning the secondhand corruption from the white people. So we living in this circle of just stupidity and insanity. The white people stealing from us, and we stealing from ourselves because we want to be like the white people. Instead of understanding that we have a destiny of our own. Everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't have the best things in life. Some people are not meant to have it. Many are called, but few are chosen. It's like that in everything in life. You know, because the white brothers got it, that don't mean we got to get it. No. Our plight can be different. Our struggle can be different. We know where we came from. We didn't come from a place of privilege or opportunities. No. We've come from a place of destitute, impoverishment, suffering, hardship. We come from the negative aspect of life. And if we keep dwelling on that negative aspect, how can we hope to achieve better things in this life? We can't, because we are playing second fiddle. We're not trying to be first. We're always trying to be second, putting other people before us, neglecting our own plights, our own geniuses within us, denying our own opportunities to be masters, always putting ourselves second, putting people before us as being better than us. Why? It ain't got to be like that. It ain't got to be like that. But when our lives are based on negative things and we don't try to change it, we don't try to say, no, it don't got to be like this. No, we don't have to rush for money. We don't always have to think money, money, money like the other people. We can pull back, look at our condition, and say, hey, we're not like the other people. We believe in communal living. We believe in family. We believe in society. We believe in collective working. We ain't got to be like everybody. But you see the part about it, we don't see the reality of things because everybody need each other. It doesn't matter what society you're in. We need each other. And if we do need each other, even within the society that seems united and unlike us, not communal, don't believe in community. They believe in something to keep them together, to keep them cohesive, to keep their ideals existing, to keep their interests, desires, aspirations in front of them as their goal, as their direction, as what they want to achieve in life. But we don't put ours before us. We just talk, and yeah, let's take a drink on it back, and we clink glass and drink and get drunk, and we forget about our dreams. But other people don't forget about their dreams. And you got to realize that when you pursuing your own dream, it's not easy. It's not like somebody hire you to work for them. You're working for yourself. And when you're working for yourself, you have to understand that everything has to come from you. You got to get up in the morning. You got to make sure if you got a job, you at that job. You got to make sure your employees conform. You got to make sure that your business conforms. All of that is encompassed in what we think of as success. So if we're not ready to do all the things, if we're not ready to take charge of our lives, if we're not ready to wake up in the morning and do these things that are necessary to advance our own selves and our own development, we will continue to play second fiddlers. We'll continue to be corrupt because we never want to finish. We're not finishers. We are followers. And when you're not finishers, you cannot build a nation. Followers cannot build a nation. We need finishers. People who will stand up and say, we'll do this, and it's going to be done. We watched Castor's show this morning. This same thing they were talking about. Leadership. Who will lead our country? Who will guide us into this new dispensation? Who will open the doors of opportunities for us? We can't continue to depend on the international community. Who are we? Beggars forever? We can't do that. So if we must lead ourselves from this era of corruption and stealing and murder with impunities into an era of law and order and discipline and responsibilities and accountabilities, we have to understand that there are great sacrifices we must make. There are great sacrifices, and the greatest sacrifice of all is knowing who we are, knowing what we want, and knowing that if we want it, we got to take steps and make efforts to get it. It will not come to us. It will not come to us. It will not say, oh, yes, here we are. No, nothing is free. Freedom is not free. Nothing is free. So once you understand that nothing is free, everybody come to America or they say free this, free that. They say it's free. Oh, yeah, it's free. Nothing is free. For those people to give you that thing free, they're going to be paying some kind of way. They got to be getting handouts because they will not give it to you free. They're not getting it free. So nothing is free. And you got to look behind it, free, to see what's the real cost. Because in a situation, you have two things. You have costs and benefits. Because if there's a cost, somebody got a benefit. Cost may be a loss. So you have to understand the meaning of all of these things we got to confront in this life. And for us to continue dwelling on corruption, I listened to Joe Borka's speech to the Nigerian people or some international body, and every word came out of their mouth of corruption. Every word come out of our mouths, corruption, stealing, killing. This is unnatural. This is unreal. This is not wholesome, no functioning. This is backward. Because there's no way you can just wake up every morning with corruption, stealing, murder. You can't do that every day. It becomes burdensome. Just the word itself, corruption, becomes burdensome. I listened to Joel Borka. All you were talking about this morning was corruption. It became burdensome to me. I was like, man, there's no other life for us. There's no other path in this world for us except the negative things, except the things that have to deal with greed and selfishness and wickedness and evil. Why? Because we're black, it got to be black? No, it ain't got to be black. It don't work like that. No, that's not how it worked. In the olden days, they say you're black, so you're black. No, we're out of those days. We got to come into days of consciousness and knowing that this is not us. Corruption can't be every place. Everywhere we turn, corruption, stealing. No. You think we're the only people in the world that steal? Everybody steal. They got crooks everywhere. How you think people became billion years and million years? You think they work for it? No, they stole it. Or their father stole it. Or their father stole it. So, somewhere in the line, they're stealing. But it's not pervasive like in Africa, like in third world country, where people don't stop. You just steal. You can't get tired of stealing. You just steal. Everything you got to put your hand in is stealing. That's terrible. That means we don't have no consciousness of nobody else, just ourselves. And it can't continue to be that, my people. It cannot. Because we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our people. And above all, leadership is key. Leadership is key. Leadership key. Leading Liberia is key. Leading Liberia right is the key. Ellen Johnson, Sally Field. She told us to lead. That is the key. She failed Liberia. She never led us well. She brought us shame and disgrace in every front. Ellen Johnson, Sally Field. Ellen Johnson, Sally Field. Liberia's going down on the Georgia. Ellen Johnson, Sally Field. Now we need a leader who we can trust. Who is that leader? Attorney Commander Chesson. We can trust him. That's a fact. You can trust Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson. Why? Because I play the team player. I play for the team. I don't like one selfish player running down the pitch with the ball by himself and everybody behind him looking at him. No, you can't do that. We got to play as a team. We got to know how to pass the ball. Make everybody feel comfortable moving down the field. And that's the way it has to be. That's the way it has to be, because I told you yesterday, whenever we are impoverished, when our system is backward, when our system is unfair, when our system is unequal, when our wealth is distributed unequally, the people become unhappy. That one will pay attention to the stupid things like tribe. Like who are you? Who you know? Who you did and that. That's the only time we do those things. But when our society is vibrant means got life. The people are living. We have laws and orders to follow. We have systems to abide by. And all these things are being carried on in concert with our daily lives. Things will change. When you're making money and I'm making money, and nobody got to be looking behind our back to see who's stealing, who's just checking on the boss or checking on the boss, we're not checking on each other. We don't have to worry about all those kind of things. But when the system is broken down and only a few people benefiting time and time again, we cannot be happy. Because the wealth is there for all of us to share. And when all of us are not sharing this wealth, there is a failure to communicate. There is a failure to understand the meaning of leadership. And when you have these failures in our society, the whole society breaks down. Then eventually we end up like animals. Violence, stealing, murder, without accountability. And that's where our country is going now. Because we see in our society, the rich continue to get rich. And we don't know where our money going. We see all this money coming to our country for the Liberian people. But we see one group of people just spending their money, enjoying their lives, ruling like it's their country and it's the country for all of us. It's not fair. It's not fair, and this has been going on for too long, and that's why we need to overhaul our country. We need to overhaul our country. We need to punish people, put them in jail, flog them, punish them. Then we straighten up the country. But it has to be fair. It has to be a sense of justice. Not because you hate me, I will hate you. No. We don't want to play that game. No. That's not the way to lead your people. Look at all the hate and the animosity and bitterness in our society already. That's why we can't come together. People are so bitter, they don't trust each other. We're so bitter, we still trust the warlords and the criminals to lead us. And that time has passed. It has passed. And that's why my second lesson is that we must change. We got to make a conscious effort to change now. We got to make a conscious effort to punish our leaders now. We got to make a conscious effort to see our country move. To see our country move. Not just one or two people, the country, to see all of us moving in a positive direction, setting up systems for our people who can have, but making things available to them, making travel available, making food and the necessities of life available to them, cheap, with quality, not just cheapness with quality. You see, and when we do those things for our society, our people, our country will change. Our people will change. But if we keep supporting the evils we see every day, look at these people going. America say they're taking all that money to come and help America, our country. Instead of helping our country, they're here having the best time in the hotels, got bags of money with them, got all the girls with them, and they go back home empty-handed. They got nothing to say to us. Nothing but commitments. Like Castle said, we'll commit to do this, we'll commit to do that. Y'all need to put it to a test. That's what we're telling y'all. If they say they're going to commit to ensuring that there is peaceful protest, that all these things will go on, get out in the street and protest. Get out in the street and do everything we say we'll do. If the government not working. And it's not working. There's evidence. It's evidence. It's not working. There's no accountability. All the money we got in our country is not benefiting the country. People traveling abroad all the time, going to Ghana, Nigeria, all these places to have fun. Why they gotta go to those places? Why those places gotta be better than Liberia? Is that fair to us? We go to another African, we the oldest African republic in Africa. The light in darkness, lux in tenebris. Then we still go to Ghana and Nigeria and all these countries that were just born yesterday for help. Of course, their colonial masters helped them. Of course, being members of the Commonwealth helped them. Whatever Commonwealth they're part of, it helped them. But that doesn't mean that we didn't have opportunity to advance to. We had the opportunity, but we blew it. We blew it for peace sake. We blew it for leave alone, man. Let's forget it. We blew it with all these evil practices we got for stealing and corruption and nepotism. It can't work to that. It can't work to that. So if we must change, we must make a conscious effort to change. We can't just blow air up. Oh, change. No. We must make a conscious effort to change and start arresting people. Start jailing them. Start prosecuting them. I mean, real prosecuting. Give them jail time. Start with the big people. Forget about the small people. The small people stealing because the big people stealing more. Let's start with the big people. Let's start with Prince Joseph. Prince Joseph 1 year now. Prince Joseph. Why you gotta start? Why you gotta start everything with me? Why you can't go to Wea or Snow or all these people you want to jump on? Prince Joseph. I killed ever since. I got the commission of Jesus Christ now. I got the Great Commission. I'm healing. I'm saving. I'm preaching on the Bible. You leave me alone. Go to every Snow there and they're still running around with all the marrying 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Go to them, man. Where you coming to me for? But too bad, Johnson. Your mother was more than them, man. So we got to come after you. And we got to lay the foundation right, man. The old rogues, the new rogues, the old killer, the new killer. Bam, will bring you all together in your unification party. And just lock you up in South Beach prison. Or just that's all I want to do, man. Just jail these people and flog them. That's all. For all the evil they done to us, for all the evil they came to change our country and taught us how to steal, taught us how to be corrupt, taught us how to be deceitful and negative. How do people help us with that? How can they help us? They can't help us. They can't help us. So if we do not make that conscious effort to change, to move our country forward, if we do not make that conscious effort to lift ourselves up, our poor people especially, we talk about poor. But we can't play those kind of things. We got to be serious. We don't have to make a plan basically for the poor people. We just got to make our country equal, fair, and law-abiding. And everything will change. Everything will fall in place. But if we keep playing these games and talking, fixing up all kind of jargons and slogans, that don't mean nothing to us. That sound good. Because Liberian people are intelligent, we can make a good stuff. But it sounds good, but it's worthless. Because we don't have our hearts in it. We don't have our backs behind it. So what do you use of bringing up all these programs and things that don't mean nothing? Go around breaking ground all over the place. What are you breaking ground for? No money in the country. We ain't no money coming. The money that you're just spending it all kind of way. Using it for all kind of foolish things. So then we end up the same place over and over again. We end up the same place over and over again. We take 2 steps forward, 3 steps backwards, and end up the same place. Stagnation. Our country can't grow. Our country can't move forward. Our people, in their minds, they're stagnant. You listen to Casa, he's so mad about the people now. Oh, the people did that. The people that because our leaders are not setting good examples for our country and our people. And whenever we indulge in these kind of things, our country and people suffer. They suffer. What if you going off buying their girlfriend cars and traveling to Ghana and Nigeria with our money? Where our money? Taking our money and traveling abroad and telling us that they're working for us. This is not right. Now look at my poor boy Savage, Emmanuel Savage in Liberia again. The first time they almost killed him. This time they don't want him to leave the country. They say he got COVID-19. It make us scared to go back home. It make us scared to go back home. Yeah, poor Emmanuel fighting for justice. And you know the boys ain't going to get you justice. The boys don't want to go to jail. They want to continue stealing. So, I mean, I know it's a struggle, brother. I know it's a struggle. And we're in a struggle. But sometimes the struggle can be unnecessary struggle too, man. Because we're not together. We're not seeking justice and rights and law and order in our country. We're joking with it. Because if we're not joking, Emmanuel Savage, they will not be sitting in Liberia. They're talking about the guy, COVID-19. They're waiting for his clearance. Our country is backward. The government is backward. It's hard for us to elevate ourselves because our country might mean more to us, man. Our country is all we have. Liberia is our only home. Liberia is our only home. We cannot sit and watch Liberia die. Liberia is our home. Liberia is our home. The only home we know. Let's fight to bring it back. Take it from the rogues. Take it from the thieves. Let us punish them. Liberia is our home. Liberia is our home. All you patriots rise. The time has come to end the massive stealing of our wealth. Rise, oh patriots. Rise, my patriots. Time to get our nation back. Liberia is our only home. We cannot sit and watch Liberia die. Liberia is our home, the only home we have. Rise up, patriots. Rise up, loyalists. Commander Chesson is calling the order of the day. Liberia is our home, the only home we know. Liberia cannot die. We owe it to our parents. We owe it to our elders. We owe it to the ancients. We owe it to our parents. Liberia cannot die. Rise up, oh patriots. Rise up, oh loyalists. Liberia is our home, the only home we have. Fight, fight for Liberia. Fight, fight for freedom. Fight, fight to free Liberia. Liberia is our home, the only home we ever know. Liberia is our pride, the inheritance we have. Rise, patriots, rise, loyalists, rise, Liberians. Follow Commander Chesson. Follow Commander. Follow Commander Chesson. Rise, rise. Tony Commander Chesson shall lead the order. Save Liberia. Free Liberia. Follow Commander Chesson. He will set the path. He will set the path. So let's start to set the path of Liberia's future by looking at our situation today, by looking at our situation of yesterday, for looking at our situation from 1980 and putting all these things into perspective and comparing them to our situation today. Have we progressed? Have we advanced? Have we stopped the stealing and corruption? Have we stopped the killing and nepotism? Is our nation on the right path for progress and advancement for all? Do you think so? Do you feel we're on the right path? Do you feel justice and equality has been met? Do you feel safe and secure in Liberia? If you agree with all those questions, then there's no need for advocates. There's no need for us going around talking about free Liberia, free Liberia, free Liberia. There's no need, because we failed time and time again. And we always got to start over. You know what starting over is like? Everything we do now, we got to start over, because people are still untrustworthy. People in organizations still not, when they leave, they take all the documents. They get mad. We can't continue to lead our country and people like that. Not even our little social organizations. We got to have continuity. And in order to have continuity, there has to be records. There have to be evidence of activities and events and the actions of the people. So if everybody leaving with the document, trying to get mad, We want to punish the organization, punish the country, punish the people. What kind of people are we? What kind of people are we? We're not the right kind of people for our country. So, to be outstanding citizens, to be people in a nation who's looking forward to a better future, to a better existence, to a better livelihood, we have to understand that it's not easy, that we have to take difficult steps to achieve our goals. And that's the only time we'll really be happy. When we successfully achieve our goals without cutting corners, without bending curves, and setting the foundation that we say if we can do it, other people can do it. If we can stick by the rules and the organizational plans and succeed, why can't other people succeed? But when we keep going halfway and stopping, we'll never know if we can succeed. We'll never know if we have the abilities to make it. We'll never know whether collectively we are strong or not. And these are the things we face, my young children. These are the things we face, the challenges, the facts of life. And unless we meet them head on and try to battle them and understand their weaknesses, just as they understand our weaknesses, there will be a problem forever. So the time of the Liberian people is here. We can make our bed now and lay on it, or we can neglect the things we need to do and continue to put them off to tomorrow, put them off to tomorrow, put them off to tomorrow. While other people taking advantage of theirs, we put them off to tomorrow. That cannot continue. The time of the people is here. My class is done. Have a good day. I'll see you all tomorrow. And remember, everything we do calls for work. Aluta. Continua. Bye-bye.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's Kid. Jarilo. Talk to beat. They get time to play, time to work. Work will I play my picky and make or talk. They get time to play, time to work. Work will I play my picky and make or talk. Oh baby, work, my daddy, oh, work hard, my baby. Work, my picky, oh, work hard, oh baby. Work, my daddy, oh, work hard, my baby. Work, my picky, oh. When I'm putting in the drawers, wake up. You want cars and clothes, wake up. You want all the fancy team, wake up. Energy, doing my picky, you wake up. When I'm putting in the drawers, wake up. You want cars and clothes, wake up. You want all the fancy team.